Hey there guys, it's me, Mantha, and you're probably wondering about the title of the video and stuff. I've decided I'm going to be talking about my experiences that I've dealt with my family, more in particular, like my aunt. I just feel like it was time for me to make this and kind of say my side of things. I've decided this on my own accord. I only say that because, people on that side of the family try to say that I don't know how to make my own decisions. That's for starters. They try to act like I can't make my own decisions. And I, wanted to say, like, I am more than capable enough of making my own decisions. In this case, that's why I say that. I'm not, I'm more saying that for them more than for you guys. I kind of wanted to start about, like, the experiences I had with my aunt. I might make this into a series type thing, like, not a series, but more like a multitude of videos. I just don't know yet. With my aunt in general, I mean, I don't even consider her to be my aunt. I consider her to be not even in my life. This is because of the amount of treatment I had gotten from her. So, I'm going to kind of start with that. My aunt, she's done a lot, in other words. To start off, when I was a kid, like really young, maybe like 3, 4, 5 years old. Well, one funny thing is when I was younger, like when I was a really little kid, whenever she walked in the house, like our house at the time, our old house, I used to cry. And she used to get mad. I'm sorry, it's kind of funny. Like, that's just a little funny memory I have. Like, she got so mad at me for that. But I was only like 2 or 3 years old. Like, it wasn't like I was, older and stuff. So my aunt has one kid, okay? And he is, he was pretty much around like my age and stuff. She used to compare me to him a lot in my life. Every little thing that I do. Oh, well, he can do better. Or, oh, well, he does this and he can't do nothing wrong. And I'm this kid who is, in other words, a fuck up and can't do anything. That's how she had treated me from 5, 6, like really young. Like, I'm talking like really young. That's how she treated me. She always compared me to him. Like, I'm talking like every little thing. Every little thing. Like, I couldn't accomplish, quote unquote, I couldn't do anything good because he had to have done it better. That was how, I was treated with that. She she, she used to put it, like, in other words, even, like, with my grandma, too, like, they used to, try to do, like, a whole bunch of stuff, like, comparing me, ever since I was little, okay, like, when I was a really little kid, I used to be chubby, so, a little bit chunky, not really overweight, just, chubby, and usually when you're a little kid like that, like, I'm talking, like, 6 or 7, like, I'm not overweight. Well, even though, like, she was, like, I don't know how old, like, maybe 30, 40, like, not 30, like, 40, 50, whatever, how old she was, like, she's, like, picking on a 7, 8-year-old kid and telling me, like, like, acting like I was fat. Like, I had done the one thing, if you guys recall, about, it was a Christmas party and I was 12, okay, I was 12, and I ordered the chicken pot pie, because I like those, and with restaurants, you don't know the sizes of their food and stuff, so it was big. I didn't realize, like, you don't know, like, food portions at restaurants, because this isn't like, at home, or like, oh, you have an idea of the portions. This is literally at a restaurant where you don't have the idea of the portions. She looked at me and she goes, "Isn't that chicken pot pie a little too big for you, Samantha?" That's what she did. To me a lot, when ironically I couldn't get out of the seat because of her fat ass, because she was so big, like, she took up some of the room to get out. When they came, like, when my aunt came out here with my grandma, I was doing some summer classes at the time, and I had to go do that, and they didn't say one good thing about me in school. They didn't say one good thing about anything that I had done. Like, to give you guys an idea about how good, like, I was in school, and this is with them, okay, because back in Delaware, when I was a kid, my mom homeschooled me. Like, my mom and my dad, like, homeschooled me when my dad was alive. They homeschooled me. There was a reason for that. The schools, are a whole nother story, but they homeschooled me. It was their decision. It was a better decision. Really, I like, now looking back, like, it was a really great decision for them to do. And, because I was in homeschool, like, I'm not going to school, and, I'm not gonna make anything of myself. I wasn't gonna be anything. Like, that's pretty much a lot that's happened with them, to give you guys an idea. They, when they came out here, my aunt harassed me about getting a job, with me being in school at the time. I said, well, I'm in school. Oh, so you can get a job. Oh, well, don't you want a job? You gotta work. That's what she used to tell me. It was like, me being in school, and me getting, because when I was in school at the time, like, I was A's and B's, and rarely a C. Like, I was really, like, a Like, well, I did well in school, for people that don't know. Like, I did really well in school, considering, like, my learning disabilities and stuff. Like, I did really good because I wasn't diagnosed at the time. I was still undiagnosed with dyslexia when I was in school. And I still made A's and B's. I worked hard for my grades. To give you guys an idea, throughout all the reading and all the tests and just everything that I'd done, like, I worked hard, and that wasn't good enough. I needed to get a job too. Like, I wasn't, like, it didn't matter what I've done, like, I was not good enough. And, even now, like, my aunt did not send me any graduation money. It's not even about the money, it's a principle, the thing with me. When I graduated school, this is because Tony made a video, made the video about her initially. And she took it out on me and pretty much everyone else in the family. Even though, like, this is our lives. We're allowed to do whatever the fuck we want. Like, it shouldn't matter what we do. And, like, for her to be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna do anything. I mean, like, they didn't even want to, like, my extended family, and even my sister, my older sister, they didn't even want to come out when I graduated. My older sister argued with who was going to drop her off at the airport, and because she didn't want to get an Uber from the airport, she didn't want to come. And they didn't want to come see me graduate. You know what they did? They just didn't care. And I know people are probably going to say, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what they say. And it shouldn't matter what they do. And I understand that. But it fucking gets you. Like, it really does. Like, it makes you feel like you're not fucking worth it to them. And I'm like, that's how it comes off. It really does. It comes off that way. Like, you know what they told me? My aunt and my grandma told me when they were out here last time. To give you guys a little bit of context, when my dad died, I have a lot of his shirts. And I wear them, because I love to wear them. It makes me feel like I'm around him and stuff. And you know what they did? They told me I needed to get over him passing away. They told me I needed to get over him passing away. And that I shouldn't be wearing his shirts. Like, I was really young when like, I was still a kid, to give you guys an idea when my dad passed, so, like, one of the things I still have of him is, some pictures, his shirts, and a couple other things. I have a car I made with him, too. And it's just, you know, it really is like bullshit the way that they are. Like, I like wearing his shirts because I like wearing them. You know, it reminds me of when, like, cause some of them I have from when I was, like, he was still alive and I was still young. And I'm telling you, like, I just love it. Like, I wear them whenever I can, practically, like, over my own shirts. And they told me I needed to get over him passing away. Oh, it's been 7 years. You need, you know, she should be over it. She shouldn't wear his shirts. Like, what, I can't wear his shirts and have them. Like, for people that don't know, like, even Sparky's collar and stuff, like, I have that stuff still. Like, I'm looking at his collar right now, I have it right there. And it's a way of me, like, coping with things like this. It's like, because it's really hard for me with stuff like this at times, especially when it comes around, like, the anniversaries of their passings and stuff. And especially, you know, with my dad's passing, some things are hard too, because it's like, you know, I just, you know, wish I could show him some of the things that I have done in my life. And they told me I needed to get over him dying. To give you guys an idea of how fucked up my aunt is. I mean, how would she feel if her husband passed and her son wore his shirts and someone told him the same thing? That would be like the worst thing on earth to happen to her. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding when I say this stuff. Like, this is how messed up they really are. I remember when I was like 7 years old, I couldn't have stuffed animals out. I couldn't wear certain clothes. I couldn't have certain things out, like you know, anything, because any little thing like that would get criticized from them, from my aunt, from my grandma, from them both. Like, I was a 7-year-old kid. You're telling me I wasn't allowed to have fucking toys out and I couldn't wear a shirt like this because it isn't what I should appear as or something like that? Like, is that what they're saying? Like, you shouldn't be wearing like baggy shirts, you need to wear like these really nice designer clothes or something? Like, was that what you're trying to say? Like, to me, to put it this way, you know, like, not everyone in my, like, extended family on that side is messed up. You know, I do have an uncle and an aunt that, you know, I consider them to be family, and they're really nice, and they're really supportive, and they're great. Pretty much, like, you know, that's just how my aunt is. My aunt is not a good person. She's not. She's not. You know? And, you know, there is something that, you know, I would like to end this off with. When you are so obsessed with with people's lives because they might have something you feel that you don't, maybe you need to reevaluate your own fucking life. You know why I say that? Because you're so fat and fucking miserable that you have to sit there and criticize everyone else for their lives and what they're doing, and your life is so perfect when we know it's not, okay? We know it's not perfect. You know why we know it's not perfect? Because you're so miserable sitting on your fat ass criticizing everyone else for their lives. And you know what else I have to say, guys? About, well, this is more of like a message here to my aunt, because I know you're watching. I know you're watching, and you sit there and talk about us all day to everybody. I know you do, because you have nothing better fucking else to do in your life. You're so miserable sitting around, you know. That's what exactly what she is too. She's so miserable sitting around, too worried about what other people are doing with their fucking lives. She's not even working on her own. And you know something that I feel I should say to my aunt? I feel like I never got a chance to, and I feel like I should get it now. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Everything that you try to do, all because you were jealous of, you know, other people and were worried about other people. You're so worried about other people to a point where you have to try to criticize them on every fucking thing that somebody does with their lives, going after young kids to make yourself better. Well, feel better, even though you don't get anywhere with that. You had to try to tear down small kids. You know? Like, you know, because you did. You did. I was 5, 6, 7 years old. You were criticizing me. I was 12 years old, you were criticizing me. I, was 16 years old, you were criticizing me. For every little thing that I did, and everything that I did, and everything was not good enough. You know, and I'm finally gonna say this for everyone. You know, the way you treated my mom when my dad died, fuck you. Made my mom, and you made my older sister, babysit your kid. You know, when my mom was grieving and having to deal with that, with a lot of that stuff. You know, with my dad passing and having to take care of a house with 4 kids. You had 1 fucking kid. You know? And I say this. Fuck you for how you treated my family. Okay? For how you treated Tony. For how you treated my mom. For how you treated my little sister. Okay? And, to an extent, even my older sister. Even though my older sister, I don't talk to her because she was not nice to me either in my life. But, even my dad, okay? Fuck you, bitch! You, okay? Just sit around your fat ass and gossip about people all day. That's all you want to do with your fucking life. And that's all you're going to be able to ever do with your life. You know why? Because all you can do is that. That's all you're going to be able to do. And guess what? There's going to be a day where you're going to be judged for everything wrong that you did. And I can't wait for that day. You treated my family, you treated my dad horribly too. Even when he passed away, you treated him horribly. Fuck you! I am sorry for those who are viewing, like this video. I'm not, trying to, you guys know, like, obviously I'm not directing this at you, like, in a sense. It's just, it's just terrible, okay? It's terrible for how she treated me, my brother. She treated Tony, okay? She treated Tony fucking horribly, too. She did. She treated all of us horribly. Every one of us. That's all for this video, guys. I hope, I hope that maybe somebody will see this video who needs to know, like, they're not alone on this type of thing. I also hope that, like, this video, in a sense, helps other people. Because, all I have to say, like, my last final words here. Sorry, these are my last final words. Is that, I feel good, in a sense. I haven't gotten a lot of this stuff off my shoulders. And I feel good, in a sense. Like, I really do. So, I hope you guys have a good day. I'll catch you guys next time. And I'll see you later. Bye.